Hey, it's me. My hair is cute. It's just these headphones. Girl, I got a migraine. I've had a migraine for a couple days, and actually, right after I recorded my last video, it just kind of hit me. And they keep calling me into work. Now, I've had to turn it down. I turned it down once. I was going to go Saturday. I was going to go, but it ended up I didn't have to go. Every other day, I was supposed to be off the last few days. Every day of these off days, they have tried to call me into work. Girl, I am also sick. I'm sick. Anyway, that's the downside of working in a 4-people joint. It's 4 of us. That's not enough. Anyway, girl, let me find these notes. So, Kenya is creating a public service announcement for domestic violence. It's a little chilly. Let me let these sleeves down. She has asked RHOA to join in on this, and then they do this little back and forth about who's the head of the whatevers, and I don't care. What I did find, and I'm sorry about the lack of enthusiasm, it is literally, I feel like the light is literally searing into my brain as we speak, and the only reason I'm up is to run just straight down the street and get a Subway sandwich. But I said, let me do this video while I'm here. So, the thing that alarmed me about... Okay, she's driving real crazy. I'm sorry. The thing that alarmed me about this conversation was, and I'm not saying anything negative just let me get it out first before y'all, somebody tries to go in. We have, or maybe me, let me not say we, but I have never heard this instance of Kenya having been stabbed when she was 16, 17. Apparently she went with this young man when she was 16. He was 11 years her senior, making him, 27? And he was physically abusive to the point where he stabbed her. She said she almost died and all of that. And that is so sad. That is terrible, especially for a young girl, for any girl. But you 16 and, you 16-year-olds think they got it. They think they know it. And, having to find out that way is traumatic, I would imagine. But what is strange to me, and again, this is just from the perception of me, someone who has not heard Kenya say this. She may have said it. Maybe I missed it. I have not seen all the episodes of Real Housewives of Atlanta. So maybe I missed it. But it's strange that when they were in, where were they, Miami or whatever, and that one girl's nephew came over and he pushed her, and, he was throwing up gang signs and talking crazy back when Candy was pregnant, whatever season that was, and he was trying to push up on her, but she wasn't feeling it because she's married and pregnant and all of that. That was going on. Then we had Matt doing all that he was doing, busting windows and carrying on and all of that. And we never heard Kenya say anything about having previously been in a domestic dispute of any sort. So, but she didn't, you don't have to tell that tea until you want to or until you're ready. But it was strange to me because anybody who's followed me on this channel for any amount of time, I want that child to stop hollering. For any amount of time, I'm sure you've heard me say, I was beat down boots when I was younger. From the nape of my neck, which is just the bottom of my head, basically, to my tailbone, the bottom of my booty, was black, and all of that. And anytime something comes up about domestic abuse or any sort of abuse, that immediately springs to my mind, and a lot of the time I say it. But I may be different. But it was kind of strange to me that all of these things had happened and Kenya had never said that, if she's never said that. Anyway, girl. So RHOA comes in. RHOA, we need to have a talk, niece. When your wigs are worse than Nini's, we really need to sit down and have an understanding. I don't get it. What are you doing? Why? What? I can't do it. But a word to the wise, if you're not rich enough to buy already blonde hair that is virgin but is blonde, don't be trying to do all these choppy cuts. Because processed hair, especially blonde, platinum and all of that, when you cut it up, it starts to look like straw. And you started to look like the Scarecrow or something. And it's just not what you need. RHOA, niece, maybe that $8,000 door or however $4,000 door you had over there could have been spent on some actual virgin blonde hair. There are albino white women out there growing hair as we speak. You might could have convinced one of those girls, who is this white man? We don't have that color in this neighborhood. No shade. He look real suspicious, and he's looking around and can't on. I don't like it. Sorry. Yeah, the wig. Let's not do it again. It cut off on me and proved to me that I truly do not have the time. My head hurt. Who is this white man showing up at my house? Hold on, y'all. I got to watch. I do believe my stepfather can handle it because he is police. Let me get back to this. I don't have time. Okay, so Marlo pops in on Thigh Leaks. Says, let's have a sit down, let's have a tea. Nene is not receptive. She doesn't want to have a tea. Marlo says, I'm going to make you have a tea. Cynthia is still 50 years old, and she's letting you know that she's 50. William calls while she's talking to Noelle and making dinner and all of that, and they have a cute little conversation. Old lady gang, they pop in, they want to make some changes as far as the restaurant. They were correct. That's all I can say. I'm not going to give them too much. What I am going to say is that Aunt Bertha had on her, I am late for a doctor's appointment wig. She did have on that one, the one that you done lost track of time because you was in there making a cake for your grandbabies. They coming over this weekend, and you was making them a little cake or something. You done lost track of your doctor's appointment, and it's in about 15 minutes, and you 20 minutes away. So you slap on a wig right quick, and you rush out the door. She had on that wig. Then that's all right. Aunt Bertha's, she can do that. But basically they want uniforms, and you pull your pants up, and just standard things that you should have at these places during these times. I'm sorry, this white man is disturbing me walking all through this neighborhood like this. But yeah, they were right. So, and then they interview Candy and Todd and Don Juan interview a general man. Now, why is he walking all up behind these people's homes? I don't care for it. Interviewing this general manager. I'm sorry, I got a lot going on today. If you want a good review, I'm sure my sis Blackness Everdeen is a recording or has recorded hers already. She usually has it up before I do because she generally records it in the night. So it's either up or it's coming soon. Go over there and watch her because she and her good girlfriend generally give you what you need. I just can't do it today. I'm in so much pain. What the heck was I finna say, Jesus? What was I about to say? I don't have a key. How am I supposed to open tomorrow if I don't have a key? They're asking me to come into work, and I don't have the key. I'm gonna have to call them in a minute. So yeah, they're interviewing for a general manager because the original manager went on somewhere else. And what I didn't understand was all that interviewing they did, and their main concern was how was the general manager going to get along with the old lady gang, with the aunties and the mama? Why didn't y'all just have the aunties and the mama interview the boy? Why didn't y'all, if you're so worried about how they'll interact, why did you not have a mock session, have them come in after the store has closed, and then, or before the store opens, and see, how they would run it, and then have the old lady gang come in and do their regular old lady, stuff that they do as far as, picking at certain situations. Listen, my family has a restaurant, and I've seen it. I know how restaurants work, and I especially know how family restaurants work. Everybody in my family don't work at the restaurant, except for probably one. But just have the old ladies be there. It didn't make sense to me. If that's your main concern, then go ahead and nip that in the bud and see how he would interact with them just in general. But whatever, child. Let's see. Ricky Smiley / Bernice Jenkins and Portia. The videography, the cameras, the editing on this scene made me want to vomit and die. Y'all are really trying to sell the illusion that Portia and Ricky may have something going on. Now, Ricky is not ugly, but he is not attractive. I don't know how that works, but he's not ugly. He's not butt ugly at all, but he is not attractive. But the camera work and the music that they had in the background, and then they had these children sniffing each other's necks, it drained me. It drained me to capacity, and I was tired. It just doesn't make sense. Girl, if you're going to date somebody at the office, go ahead and just be my stepmama and date my father, the brat. It doesn't matter. Whatever, girl. Anyway, moving on. Marlo calls Portia, invites her over to the tea. Candy pops in on Sheree. This is her first time at the home without, crowds and carryings on. And she enjoys it. She says it's nice. That's wonderful. I don't remember what they was talking about. Oh, Tyrone. So Candy tells Sheree that Nene told her that Tyrone was a con artist. I don't care. Even partway. Marlo's home. So we get to Marlo's home. Honestly, I feel like that's Marlo's sugar daddy's wife's summer home. And while the wife is not in it, the sugar daddy has tricked the wife into believing that Marlo is the person to keep up the house while they are not in it. But that is not my business. So Marlo's there. She's got her nephew working as concierge, as the help, the butler. And he's, gone off to fetch the tea. And the tea is not tea. It's cranberry vodka, whatever. And then they proceed to have a conversation. Nene really sat there looking like she was looking, and Portia really sat there trying to understand. And Cynthia sat there letting you know, well, listen, I'm 50. And I've gone through this with Nene. Marlo has gone through this with Nene. And if we can make it back to, to love, then the two of you should be fine. But Nene is sitting over there unfazed and quote unquote unbothered. And it's like, ma'am, you are the most bothered here. And the reason I know Nene was the most bothered at the function was simply because Nene, and I hate to say this, I really do, Nene, in this particular manner, is a lot like me. Or maybe I'm a lot like Nene, because Nene was well grown when I was born. But Nene is the type of person that, you are my friend. And I don't want to see you with any other friends. I don't want you, to go off and kiki with these other girls because you are my friend. That is very much how I am. And I'm really, I'm ushering myself out of that mentality. But girl, especially like a best friend, like you my best friend, but you got 5 other best friends. That don't make sense. That don't come together for me. And I feel that Nene is the same way. The difference is I am in my early 20s. Nene is not. And I'm aware of my problem. And honestly, I've not been, that was really more my problem in high school, early college. But now it's just like, okay, girl, you got your friends over there. Enjoy. I'm going to sit over here. I'm going to watch some TV. And when you're ready to hang out, just call, or whatever. Or I'll call. I'll follow that thing in the mall. But, yeah, Nene is too old for this. I'm too old for it, which is why I'm growing out of it. But whatever. Nothing really was resolved at the function, and I'm not going to talk too much more about it. When we get to the domestic violence situation, Sheree had a wreck, Jesus. She's all right, but her back hurt. And Shamia got up there, and she was telling her story. And the person I was watching the show with and I, at that moment, took the time to have a tete-a-tete and an argument. And I just stopped watching after Shamia said that she said, her husband had accused her of sleeping with someone, and, he kept saying it, till finally she was like, yeah, I did. And then he, punched her, hit her, or whatever he did, slapped her, I don't know. At that moment, that was the last thing I remember of the show, because I stopped watching because we had this argument, and I went on. I went elsewhere. Could not be bothered. So that's all I have for you as far as the Real Housewives. I'm going to try to get healed, Jesus, because they will not stop calling me for work. And I have to work. See, I had these days off because when I get back to work, I'm going to have to work 6 days in a row and then 1 day off and then 5 more days in a row. So I don't want to go to work. I'm sick and I don't want to be there because, girl, I've got all of these days that I need to work. And nobody ever covers for me. Nobody. So why? That's draining. It's real draining. I'm in pain and I'm finna go get the Subway sandwich, sub or whatever. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm sorry this was not better. But again, check out Black Miss Everdeen. Check out Lady Nika. Y'all know who does the reviews. I think Miss Honey does the review. Y'all know who it is. Y'all know. Check them out and get your life over there, honey, because I just don't have it with me. I feel like I look pale and everything. I'm barely holding on. I was going to try to muster up the strength to do my hair tomorrow. How I'm going to do my hair if I'm at work? Anyway, girl. Like, comment, subscribe, all the things that YouTube is saying. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.